Also, before we get into that, we're going to talk about some news. We got some news. Not gaming news, some art news, because holy crap, some W happened today, or maybe yesterday. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna pull up an article. We're gonna read over, discuss it. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so we got some really good AI news, some non-AI news. And this is the Supreme Court just declines to hear disputes over copyrights for AI-generated material. This is by the readers. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's an article here that we're gonna be discussing. And I think hold on, the music's a little too loud. One second. But if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely go ahead and subscribe and check out the link below in the comments as well for this article. All right, so the U.S. Supreme Court declines to hear dispute over copyrights for AI-generated material. This is a huge win, and I am so happy that this happened here. So the U.S. Supreme Court declined on Monday to take up the issue of whether art generated by artificial intelligence can be copyrighted under U.S. law, turning away a case involving a computer scientist from Missouri who was denied a copyright for a piece of visual art made by his AI system. So now he's being brought this case over to court, where I'm assuming that someone tried to use his own art, to steal his own art and repost it. Or whatever, try to sell it, whatever have you. We'll learn about that, so I'm pretty sure there's information about that here. So I did kind of skim through this earlier, but I wanted to kind of discuss it here. So the plaintiff Stephen Thaler had appealed to justices after a lower courts upheld the U.S. Copyright Office decision that the AI-crafted visual art issue in case it was ineligible for copyright protection because it did not have human creator. Yeah, that's what it was. So he actually, no, I think he brought to court because he was trying to get it copyrighted to avoid people stealing it. That's what it was. It wasn't someone trying to go or stole it. That's what it was. So a Thaler of St. Charles, Missouri applied for federal copyright registration in 2018, covering a recent entrance to paradise visual art he said his AI technology, Dabis, created. Okay, so he has his own AI system called Dabis, or Dabis, or however you pronounce that. The image shows trained tracks entering a portal surrounded by what appears to be green and purple plant imagery. So it is a visual art, okay? Because at first it kind of sounded like he made some sort of like book with the visual arts attached to it, but no, it's just he just made art with it. Okay. So the Copyright Office rejected his application in 2022, finding that creative works must have human authors to be eligible to receive a copyright. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration had urged the Supreme Court not to hear Thaler's appeal. Of course it did. Of course they did. The Copyright Office had separately rejected bids by artists for copyrights on his images generated by the AI system Mid-Journey. Those artists argued that they were entitled to copyright for images they created with AI assistance, unlike Thaler, who said his systems created a recent entrance to paradise independently. So this is starting to get into like other artists taking his work. Okay. A federal judge in Washington upheld the office's decision in Thaler's case in 2023, writing that human authorship is a bedrock requirement of copyright. Yes. The U.S. Court of Appeals for District of Columbia Circuit affirmed the ruling in 2025. Thaler's lawyers told Supreme Court in a filing that his case was of paramount importance considering the rapid rise of generative AI. Of course he said that! Paramount importance. Yeah, it is important. The case itself is important. With the refusal by the court to hear the appeal, Thaler's lawyer said, even if it later overturns the copyrights test in another case, it will be too late. The Copyright Office will have irreversibly and negative impacted AI development and use it in creative industries during during critical important years. Although the Copyright Act does not define the term author, multiple provisions of the Act make it clear that the term refers to a human rather than a machine that administrates. Thank you. Thank you. The Supreme Court previously rejected Thaler's request to hear his argument in a separate case involving prototypes for a beverage holder and a light beacon concerning whether AI-generated inventions should be eligible for U.S. patent protection. Yeah, that one's a little different of a case, but yeah, I don't know. I would think that if they think that. Well, let me read the rest of this. His patent applications were rejected by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on similar grounds. Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, why would you're going to rule that art generated by AI can't be mass, or can't be, right, mass, wow. Can't be, I don't know where mass came from. Can't be, you know, protected, you know, patent protected, you know, copyright or whatever, but everything else can. So yeah, it's the same thing. It's like basically what they're saying is anything created by AI cannot be copyright because it's not created by a person, it's created by a machine. So this right here is a huge win. This means that you can't just create something and then be protected. You can't create something with AI, what I meant to say, and then be protected by it. You just can't do it. Which then, and here's the thing. Here's what that kind of leads into, is that it doesn't prevent someone from still like creating AI. It doesn't even stop them from trying to sell that AI art. Is what I mean. But if someone goes and takes that art and sells it to that person, can also make money off that art. So in a way, this kind of lowers the value of AI art in a way, because it's like when you see AI art, you're like, oh, people are gonna be like, oh, you're trying to sell me AI art for $20, $50, $100 when I can just go and create it for free. That same exact piece, I can do that same exact thing. Oh, yeah, piece. The same exact image. Yeah, no. yeah. This is a huge win for sure. Yeah, this is good. This is hopefully going to lead into other things, and it definitely devalues AI generated art for sure. Now, I'm not completely against the use of AI. What I am super against is you just going to like an AI website or program, whatever, Grok, anything, you know what I mean? Like any kind of like, Gemini, anything, and type it in, hey, I want an image of this character wearing this, or I want an image of this, blah, 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 blah. Just have the computer generate the image, and then you say, oh, I made this. I made it because I put in a prompt. No. Now, I think right now the use of AI, I think, is unethical altogether. Once it becomes a little more ethical, I think the most it should be used for generative AI should be just as like to help you at the most. But even then, that's still a little you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. I don't think it'll be a lot easier just to not have it. You know, just keep things the way they were. Yeah, I saw the rule, and when people generated an image, they say they created exactly, and it's annoying. How did you create it? Did you pick up the pencil? Did you draw the lines? Did you color it? Did you render it? Yeah, I didn't think so. So I wanted to cover that. I got really excited. I got really happy about this. I saw this about an hour or so ago before I went live. So What's your coloring process? Yes. Yeah, what's your coloring process? How'd you render that? Did you that's the other thing too, is like these people that will go on, okay, I almost throw that. These people that will go on to like they will go on to sorry, my brain lost train of thought there. People who will create these AI burrows, these people who go on and generate images, will go on and act like they're an artist, and then it's like and then they do all kinds of bullshit when we kind of try and come on them. When it's like, even then, like we question like, how'd you do this, how'd you do that? They don't know because they never did it. They told a computer to do it. It's the same thing as it's literally the same thing as me going to another artist and be like, hey, draw me a picture. It's the same thing. Would you say that then? Would you then say that the image is yours and you generated it? You created it? No, you wouldn't. You paid another artist to do it. Same thing with AI. You told a computer to do it. I don't want to hear it. I get heated when I talk about this. So that's why I got really excited, really happy that this was a huge win for artists. But yes, definitely check out Blake Breton is the author here, so definitely check out the article. I'll have, like I said, I'll have a link post in the video description below. And while you're down there, again, go ahead and check out other links, my link tree. Make sure to like and comment, subscribe, and all that awesome stuff for the video. But I will see you in the next one.